The night pulsed in Los Angeles, the city lights flickering like a heartbeat through the dark streets. Jocelyn Shadez, a striking 24-year-old with sharp blue eyes and platinum blonde hair, sat in the passenger seat of a sleek black sports car. Her boyfriend, Jim Gordon, a rugged 35-year-old with days-old stubble and a dangerous glint in his eyes, gripped the wheel with reckless ease. The engine roared as they weaved through the late-night traffic, moving faster and faster, neon signs and street lamps blurring past. Jocelyn leaned back, letting the adrenaline surge through her. She loved the thrill, the dizzying speed, the wind whipping her hair, the feeling of being untouchable. But beneath it, there was always that gnawing edge, the reminder that with Jim, it was never just about the ride. It was about escaping. She didn't ask what he was running from. She didn't want to know. But sometimes, she wondered if he even knew. The hunger for danger in his eyes told her he was trying to outrun something bigger than either of them. Her thoughts snapped back to the present when Jim glanced at her, his grin widening. His eyes sparkled with something darker now, excitement mixed with desperation. "Come sit on my lap, babe," he said, his voice low and tempting. "Hold the wheel. Let's see how fast we can really go." Jocelyn hesitated, her heart pounding. There was always a part of her that felt drawn to him when he said things like that. Dangerous, wild, intoxicating. But she knew better than anyone. Once they crossed this line, there was no going back. Still, she unbuckled her seatbelt and slid onto his lap. The heat of his body pressed against hers, and the closeness intensified the thrill coursing through her veins. She grabbed the steering wheel, feeling the raw power of the car beneath her palms. Jim's arms wrapped around her waist, his hands resting on hers as they both gripped the wheel. His breath was hot against her neck, sending a shiver down her spine. "Let's hit full speed, baby." Jocelyn's pulse quickened. She liked this, liked the danger, but there was always that creeping feeling. What was she really chasing? Him? The rush? She didn't want to think about it tonight. Instead, she slammed the gas pedal down. The car shot forward, the speedometer climbing faster than she could keep up. The city blurred around them, just lights and noise, and everything else faded away. But then, in an instant, everything changed. Out of nowhere, a figure appeared, frozen in the headlights. A pedestrian. No time to react, no way to avoid the collision. The car slammed into the person with a sickening thud. The impact jerked them both in their seats. Time seemed to stretch, slow. Jocelyn's heart stopped beating, the world narrowing to a single horrific moment. The body of the pedestrian crumpled in the headlights, the grotesque image burning into her mind. She could almost taste the coppery tang of blood in the air. For a moment, everything felt unreal, like she was detached from her own body, unable to process the nightmare unfolding. Jim's arms tightened around her, pulling her back into him, but the touch was cold, rigid, like he was already distancing himself from what had just happened. Jocelyn turned slowly to him, voice shaking. "Oh my God, Jim." He didn't respond immediately. His eyes were wide, but it wasn't shock. It was something darker, something twisted. A man who had seen too much. For a second, she saw a flicker of humanity in his gaze, but it vanished just as quickly. He exhaled sharply, then spoke in a voice that was unnervingly calm. "We need to go. Now." Before she could protest, he shoved her back into the passenger seat with a force that felt almost mechanical. The engine roared to life as he slammed his foot on the gas, tires screeching as they tore down the road, leaving the scene behind. Jocelyn stared out the window, chest tight. Her mind raced, trying to process what had just happened. But it was hard to think past the engine's hum and the suffocating sense of dread. The weight of what they'd just done settled heavily in her stomach, but there was something else, something even more disorienting. She felt distant, like she was watching herself from outside her body, unable to fully connect with the horror she'd just witnessed. She glanced at Jim, but he didn't look at her. He wasn't looking at anything. He was looking through it all, as if this was just another detour on a road he couldn't escape. Her breath caught in her throat as the seconds stretched on. The adrenaline was still there, but now it felt hollow, like an empty buzz. She wasn't sure if she was more afraid of what they'd just done, or of what Jim might do next. The city lights flickered past, but they felt distant, unreal. And for the first time, Jocelyn wasn't sure if it was the car's speed that made her feel like she was floating, or if it was the man beside her. The hit and run wasn't what scared her most. It was the way Jim didn't flinch.